I also wanted to provide Dr. Chagares, our DEIA director, a few minutes to provide us with an update on the district's DEIA initiatives that are new for this school year. So we have a lot of ongoing things. I asked him to focus really on what's new for this school year. I know we're only halfway through the school year, but I thought it would be a nice touch point for us to hear what's going on with DEIA.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Sassat. So I would like to get started. We have 4 main areas that we're really excited to share that are new, that some we have completed aspects of for this school year and others that they're ongoing with the work that we're doing this year. As you can see, these 4 aspects are human resources, technology access, curriculum and professional development, as well as community partnerships. Over the summer, the administrative team sat down and got together and began to revamp and more formalize our onboarding process for hiring new teachers. This was from how we recruit staff, how we recruit teachers, how we share our postings, where we share them, to everything in the process to how we onboard them and get them prepared and ready to start in the classroom. This was a really big overhaul in how we looked at what we did, a lot of reflective practices, a lot of things that we continue to do are kept because they were part of best practices, and there were others that it allowed us to think ways that we can improve and make them more efficient. Some of the ones that we've continued to do and kept in there is our participation in the diversity job fairs, as well as posting positions in non-traditional resources and platforms online that has shown over the past couple years to really bring a diverse population of staff. And that really is our ultimate goal. We want to try to bring in as many qualified, diverse pool of candidates that we possibly can to see who we can bring in. This way, when we hire the one staff member, we hire the best staff member. Other aspects that we formalized were interview questions that are grounded in the culture responsive and sustaining framework, as well as other attributes that we felt were really important and grounded in our district philosophy and our district mission that we expect teachers to be successful here in this district. Those base interview questions allow any interview committee to go through and really have a deep understanding of what the entire administrative group as a unit looks for in highly qualified teachers. This next one I'm really excited for. Dr. Cameron Fascio and the tech department and I worked really tirelessly on this in the better part of the beginning of this year. Technology access is something that's really important. We have made leaps and bounds throughout the past 5-10 years in the type of technology that we have in district and the technology that goes home for our students. However, one aspect that came to light during COVID and during our DEI stakeholders committee is access to internet at home. And that is not an easy solution for a lot of districts to manage and take a hold. So we wanted to look and really educate ourselves on what our options are. We came across a program that T-Mobile offers called Project 10 Million, and we partnered with them and filled out the applications to become a part of that. And what this program, we got accepted, and what this program offers is we're actually getting 75 hotspots for homes that are in need of adequate internet. Those homes that are eligible are homes that have students who participate in the free and reduced lunch program. That wasn't our decision, that's part of their parameters, that's also connected to an education federal grant. And we are sending out, in the process of sending out a letter home to these families, letting them know that they qualify for free Wi-Fi. It's 100 gigabytes a year, which isn't an exorbitant amount of Wi-Fi. It's not something that a lot of streaming or something of that nature or TV it would work on. But as far as school access and managing your homework, it's a huge relief to those students who don't have it, and it's a great starting point to support our families. Now, for those families who have adequate Wi-Fi but still qualify, we did a little bit more education for ourselves, and we found that there's a program where they get $30 a monthly discount on their home or mobile internet services through the Federal Communications Commission's Affordable Connectivity Program. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. And what they need certain paperwork from the district, and we have that. So when this letter that we send them home notifying them of their potential options, we are going to provide them already a letter with information sharing that they qualify for both programs. If they want and need a hotspot for their house, they will contact us and we will provide them one. If they choose to already have internet and they prefer to have a discount or choose to go a different route outside of this hotspot and they would like more, they can get $30 off that service, which is a really nice program and benefit. So we give them everything that they need, and we give them directions and resources that they can then go take and make the best decision for their families. The next area is in curriculum and professional development. That's always an area that we try to really focus in our efforts on. Last year, we did our first bias-based awareness training for our entire district, and we hired new staff this year. So at the beginning of the school year, we put in a process where every school year at the beginning of the year, those new staff will go through training as they normally do, and one of those new trainings is this bias-based awareness training. This way they have the same foundational content knowledge and language when we discuss it in other aspects of our PD that their colleagues have already went through. Each school building is going through and really focusing their professional development time on their building level goals. But all 3 building level goals are different. Yet, all 3 building level goals have embedded aspects of the culturally responsive and sustaining framework into each of their professional development efforts. Some of these aspects are in the welcoming and affirming environment, providing rigorous instruction with inclusive curriculum and assessments. So as our teachers have participated in professional development through this year and for the future professional development, there's many aspects of this culturally responsive and sustaining framework that are tied into exactly what their goals are that we'll be able to see in the classroom. So this next one, I've spoken to a couple board members about throughout my time working here, and that's Walk in My Shoes. So the middle school used to have a Walk in My Shoes program many, many years ago. And with some staff that retired, from my understanding, the program didn't sustain. BRS resurrected their Walk in Their Shoes program, and I got a chance to see Mr. Bush there leading a great group of it. So as a middle school administration, along with our curriculum coordinators, we wanted to go down there, see what type of aspects that is making the BRS Walk in My Shoes program so successful, and bring that back to the middle school. So we're partnering with the middle school SEPTA, parents and community, as well as other members, and we're in the programming stages and the development stages, but our goal is to have that back in the middle school next year. This last one is a resource based on conversations with teachers, conversations with administrators. A lot of teachers have asked aspects of every year, every month, every day, there's a lot of different ways that you can celebrate diversity within your classroom. Different age-appropriate ways that you would do in kindergarten versus what you would do in high school. And the teachers, along with administration, asked for a resource and a guide that can help them get started if they might not know the best way to go about approaching that. So the curriculum coordinators, Marianne Flatley, and I sat down together and are in the process of developing this resource. We have a few different diversity calendars that we have access to that provide a slew of information of different holidays, different important dates, months that happen throughout the course of the year, as well as different age-appropriate strategies that teachers can infuse this and celebrate this into their curriculum. What one teacher may be able to connect to their curriculum might be different than another teacher, so we're trying to make this resource as diverse as possible based on the different needs of each teacher. This way they can be the most successful. So we're very excited about that. In community and partnerships, this year we opened up 7 through 12 and invited students to participate in the day of service on Martin Luther King Day. We partnered with the Interfaith Coalition to help provide students this opportunity to find local community service efforts if they had a hard time finding them just on their own. I know in the middle school, that's very much a common question for our 8th graders who are moving up from the middle school and looking to get that community service award. So we wanted to partner with a local establishment that will allow us to help support them in those efforts. So we were very excited about that partnership this year. And then this last one is something that's going to happen this spring. It's going to be an international potluck, one that's open to all within the Pleasantville Schools community. And it's a very simple one. It's about bringing people together and enjoying time together. So families are going to be invited, and there'll be more information on this, but they'll be invited to come out, bring a favorite dish. I will have certain parameters of what they write on an index card, from food allergies to information about that dish. And those that come out will be able to participate in a potluck, learn more about different cultural cuisine and family favorites, and at most spend time with each other within the community, which makes our community very special. So those are some of the few initiatives.
Across all the schools?
Across all the schools, it will be K-12.
Because the
yes.
BRS was doing that
Nice.
for a while. They
Yes.
had a around the world, I don't know what it was called, but they had that in the elementary school for a while.
Yeah, we want to bring this K-12.
All the way. Oh my
That's
gosh. I can't even imagine. That's one long big buffet table.
Exactly.
Thank you very
you.
much.
It's
Appreciate
amazing,
it. So much.
and finding all of these extra sources to help supplement these things is amazing. And when you do the walk in my shoes, feel free. I'd love to volunteer
That's
and
great.
also include me in the potluck, please.
Great.
It's great
you.
to bring the walk in your shoes back. They did that through all three, maybe not in the high school. I think it was in the 2 schools for a long time.
And we spoke about that a few years back, and that
Yeah.
was something that has always been on our mind in the middle school, and we wanted to make sure that we stepped up and did it the
Yeah.
right way. So that's why we wanted to go
That's
down
great.
and learn how BRS approached it and
Yeah.
bring that age appropriately to the middle school.
I just wanted to say thank you. I'm really impressed. I think, equity work is really hard, and one of the most important things is that you really build it into the systems, build it into the work you're doing so it sustains itself, and I heard a lot of that in the things you were saying, so congratulations. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
A lot of
Dr.
great work.
Schwartz. Appreciate it. So one of the reasons that I asked Dr. Chigares to do the update is because last year, for the second part of the year, we had this very formal, very public committee where people were coming together. They were reflecting on our strategic plan. They were brainstorming ways to infuse DEIA. And I just wanted to make sure that the board and the community were aware that while we don't have this formal process going on of a DEIA committee meeting on a monthly or bi-monthly or quarterly basis, we certainly have the work, and as you said so eloquently, our goal is that it is infused in everything that we do. So it's not like a part of the plate, it is the plate. It is the form for which we do our work, whether it is in human resources or technology or curriculum and learning and professional learning, and or through community partnerships. So these are just the new things from this year. This is not the sustaining work that we're doing on a regular and ongoing basis. I think it's something to be proud of, and I think when we sort of isolate it out like this, it does showcase our continued commitment to the principles behind diversity, equity, inclusion, and access as a district and as a community. And I would just certainly say that the 2 good doctors at the middle school certainly could, in their future lives, be foodies. So you would not be surprised that we're doing a food event when one of them are involved. So I know we're all excited, and now that you said you might be doing it, you're definitely doing it. So we're excited about that, and thank you again for coming and for putting it all together. It's very much appreciated.